In this one on the series on gas leaks, I want to talk about the small gas smell that a customer has. Sometimes they'll call you about and say, well, I got this little gas smell. Is it important? It absolutely is. Gas smells are obviously indicating a gas leak. It may be so small that it could never cause a fire or explosion. But the problem here is the customer will get used to that smell and won't smell it anymore. Then if that leak gets bigger or another source of a leak comes, they may not even know it's there. So your job when you're go out on something like a gas leak is make sure you find the leak. In almost all cases, there will be a leak somewhere there and you can fix it. So, let me give you a little story. I went on to a job one time. They said, well, there's this, every time we go in the basement, there's this gas smell. So I go in the basement, I can smell the gas. Yeah, it's not thick or anything like that, but it's there. And I talked to the customer said, well, the serving gas supplier had been out there and they couldn't find the leak. This kind of shocked me. They're the ones that are always griping about the leaks. They should not have left until they found that leak, but they did. So I says, okay, we're going to find this leak. Now, there's a number of ways to look for leaks. I didn't have an electronic leak detector at the time. They weren't real common back then, and that would have helped a lot. But there was obviously a leak because I could get the smell. So I soaped everything I could think of, couldn't come up with any sort of a leak. Finally went out and pressure tested the piping. Now in the first video I showed you how to pressure test the pipe. And that's what I did. Well, I put about 10 pounds of pressure on it. I couldn't find anything. Now, of course, you got to use soap bubbles when you're pressure testing pipe. It's not natural gas inside. So I says, well, I'll put enough pressure in there that I find it for sure. So I think I was about 20 pounds, and that's when I found the leak. It was a sand hole in the casting of one of the elbows. The system had been in for probably 25, 30 years. But there was still a hole in that pipe. Could it have gotten bigger? It easily could have. So you need to fix it. Before you leave that job, you make sure you fix that leak.